their future like I'm here to snatch their children. That line was brilliant. How I'm not already in the millions. Am I not the picture of resilience? Why they test my patience? Hyping all this lame. No one got a brain, they just be liking all the same. This is what the I'm in on industry games. I'm convinced that nobody is speaking my language. I'm a clear the air, so listen close when I say this. After every feel stainless, I can make a...
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, our holiday coverage kicks off with a good one here, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Detroit Lions. It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. He will return this from deep in the end zone, and only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give them 15 yards to start their first drive of the game. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in the game.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. The former third-round pick, Justin Jones, bringing the lumber that time.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a third and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to...
Williams loses the football, and this is picked up by the Bears. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. We know turnover margin always key, going to be really key in this one, and to force an opening drive turnover, that's huge.
It is, and you know something? There's one coach on... that weighs in at the worst possible time, right? And this is bad. He just...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The Lions at 500, sitting at 5-5. And they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Wilson. Looking for Cooper. That's complete. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. That catch, by the way, kind of noteworthy. It's number 764 in his career. Ties him with Hall of Famer James Lofton.
And he's done it just as James Lofton did in his career. Smooth.
Chubb. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering.
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. He loses a full 5 yards there on the sack, and it also brings up fourth down, 4th and goal. And he missed it. It's no good.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Starting on the ground with Herbert. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Now, this defense for the Lions very strong in that victory a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Herbert once more. And he will finally be wrestled down at the Lions' 36-yard line. It's a gain of 35. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here. And a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Off play action. Fields. And down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
You talk about this Lions defense. This unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
With the lack of pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against some people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
That is caught, and he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 1. Herbert. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right. We're scoreless after 1. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. As they come up now, 2nd and goal. They'll try again. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Khalil Herbert, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And it's now a 7-0 game. Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the lead
into a double team, and it's intercepted. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 56 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
On 1st down, Fields. And his throw here's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Fields. And his throw is incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
Here we go.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. A shotgun snap, Fields. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. From the left hash, this from 34. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2020,
Gibbs gets popped and he loses the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
3rd and 2.
Now it's Wilson.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. He's going to have the first down and then some.
And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run, and it's going to yield a new set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb.
Down to the 42, 2nd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
From the 42-yard line, here's the 2nd and 8.
Now Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Gibbs. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 26. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Stopped on the play by Jaquan Brisker.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Now 2nd and 5.
Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. This offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Play action. Now Wilson.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there.
Eddie Jackson picks it. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Play action. It's Fields.
He's got it. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put in.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Okay, ready?
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
On third down, Wilson.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Jack Fox now gets set to punt. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. Fielded at about the 28. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Bears take over.
At their own 30-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself, because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime.
Oh, hurry up.
Fields. There's Mooney with another catch.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down.
That connection seemed to work out okay on the first play of the drive. Why not go right back to it? And once again, this defense is left without an answer as they surrender back-to-back first downs.
Herbert powering up the middle.
And despite a nice juke there, really good move, he only gets about a yard, and it brings up second down.
Well, these two teams, you may remember, they met up at Soldier Field earlier this season with the Bears winning that one. So if they can win again here in Detroit, they'd pull off the season sweep. They work now on 2nd and 9. On play action, Fields.
Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Russell. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Fields on third down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Here's Fields.
Flush to his right. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Justin Fields
with his 16th touchdown of the year.
And the Bears are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the rout is on here in this first half. Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball, just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it. Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down, and you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Set to resume. Here we go with the 2nd half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Fields on 1st down. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Here's Fields now on 2nd down. Throw left side complete. That's Chandler. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
A handoff for Herbert. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
2nd and 7.
Angel.
A play fake. Now Fields to throw.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
From the 50, here's Fields.
And that will be incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. He'll field this at the 5.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And the Lions will take over.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs.
And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And now a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Chubb.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
2nd and 10.
Here's Wilson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 43. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Wilson's going to hold on to it.
6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Now Herbert to start the drive.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
75 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On second down, a run with Herbert.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
Throwing on third down, Fields.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down.
They go up the middle with Chubb. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep.
And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. From the gun on third down, Wilson.
That is caught.
And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47. Wilson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now Wilson. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. The Lions on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 16. To throw is Wilson. He's airing it out for Williams. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Tyreek Stevenson picks it off. And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about How much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
78 yards rushing for him now to this point. This 2nd and 4. Now a give right side. Nelson, and able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And they work this well upfield across the 45. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Back to throw. Fields on the move to his left. Just a crazy throw there, and it's intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it, and the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. Now he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A good way there to have him bounce back from the interception last drive. Something underneath, a little bit of rhythm going.
I know the best ones in the league have supreme confidence, but every now and then you need a little booster, don't you? This is their way of protecting him and bringing him back, and then they'll turn him loose later, I would think.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Throw over the middle, he finds Williams. So from the 37, here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Wilson. Over the middle, Amari Cooper, it's complete. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Now Wilson. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 5. Here's Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Gibbs is into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
So the Lion offense staying on the field as they're going to try for 2. Wilson going to throw for it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion no good. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it
and get the football. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Here we go.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Pitching it out here to Herbert.
Touchdown, Chicago!
Khalil Herbert
With his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game.
And the Bears are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. So that drive there, CD, a good response, and that might be the one that gets them to the finish line, a comfortable lead.
Yeah, and that's all about not letting the team back into a game because they just gave up a touchdown. It was back to a 2-score game, and anything can happen in that situation. But instead, they came through with a really terrific drive right there that ended in 6. So you like to slam the door on teams. In this case, they're trying to lock it as well.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
From the shotgun, Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And now here's another interception.
And the Bears are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Here we go, Scott.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Room to maneuver at the 35.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
And they'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent.